Hi, I'm Wendy Hefner, your City Clerk for the City of Littleton. The 2017 election is scheduled for Tuesday, November 7th. To register to vote, please contact your county clerk. This is an all-mail ballot election. Voters should expect their ballots between October 10th and 13th. The city has 4 council seats scheduled for this election. In District 1, your candidates are Patrick Driscoll and Kama Sudduth. The winning candidate will serve a 4-year term. In District 3, candidates are Phil Cernanek, Carol Fay, and Stephen Esses, also a 4-year term. The at-large race has 4 candidates seeking 2 positions. The candidates are Kyle Schlachter, Karina Elrod, Doug Clark, and Carol Breezak. The candidate receiving the most votes will serve a 4-year term, and the candidate receiving the second highest number of votes will serve a 2-year term. Voters from Arapahoe County will need to drop their ballots off at the county building at 5334 South Prince, as the City of Littleton will not have a ballot box located at the Littleton Center. Please feel free to contact the City Clerk's office if you have any questions. And now, let's hear from our candidates.
Hello, my name is Patrick Driscoll, and I'm running for City Council District 1. I grew up in Youngstown, Ohio, and moved to Colorado in 1985 after graduating from college. I got married to my wife Brenda in 1992, and we have 3 incredible daughters. If there's one thing you should know about growing up in Youngstown is you better be tough, thick-skinned, and ready to work hard. This is the attitude and work ethic I will bring to City Council. I have been in the mortgage lending industry for 25 years, working closely with mortgage brokers, banks, credit unions, and families to finance their dream homes. In 2000, I moved to Littleton because of the friendly people, the outdoor amenities, and the charm of the city. This is a new endeavor for me, so my goal is to spend the next 2 months listening to the citizens, businessmen and women, city council members, and small groups to gain a better understanding of your concerns and the vision for Littleton. My campaign will revolve around keeping the city relevant and viable, all while making sure we don't lose our community character. I want to make sure we always have an eye towards the future and that Littleton is a place that families and businesses want to call home. Safety, open space, financial sustainability, and preserving our neighborhoods are also high on my radar. Looking ahead, we need to continue to study the impact Santa Fe Drive will have on Littleton. We know it's getting more difficult to park in downtown, so how will City Council address this issue? Our home shortage and affordability home options are at the top of my mind. These are issues that need to be addressed, and I look forward to the challenge. Furthermore, I want to change the perception amongst developers and general contractors that Littleton is difficult to work in. Littleton employees, firefighters, police, city managers, and all citizens, your concerns are my concerns. If elected, I'll be transparent, accessible, energetic, and passionate about my commitment to our community. Feel free to contact me at pdriscoll5@comcast.net or 303-668-7877. Thank you for your consideration.
Hi, my name is Kama Sudduth, and I'm running for District 1 City Council for Littleton. And people ask me why I'm doing that. Why are you running for City Council? And I think the #1 reason is that I love Littleton. I was raised here. I went to elementary, middle, and high school here. And when the time came to decide where do I want to raise my 2 kids, I decided to come back and buy my home in Littleton in 2008 in District 1. And I came here for a lot of the same reasons you guys come here. Great school system, amazing open spaces, closeness to Denver, and the character, the small town feel that we have here. And I guess my main issue and the thing I hear from people as I go door to door talking to people is growth, is what's going on in this community. And I think that we need a vision. I think we need to make sure that there's a plan. It seems like right now we have a lot of hodgepodge. There's high-rises going up and there's sprawl going out, and it seems like it's an individual decision. It's an individual piece-by-piece decision, and I want to help provide a vision for that. And so then the next question is always, what qualifies you to run for City Council? And I guess the first thing would be my passion and love for Littleton, which I've already got into, but also I used to be an attorney. I don't practice now, but the skill set stays. And I do know how to understand laws and regulations, help craft them in a way that's going to support our vision, and I want to do that. I think my other job, my current job as a nurse, gives me the compassion and the understanding of what families in our community are going through. And so I see issues from their point of view. I see transportation, schools, fire and police, all the things they care about, I care about too. And I know that I will have good input from the citizens of my district on all the issues that we need to work on, and I want to be the one to do that. I want to be the fresh face, the new voice on Littleton City Council, and I'm going to help make Littleton great.
Hello, I am Phil Cernanek, candidate for re-election to District 3 Council Member. Congratulations, you live in a wonderful place. We've been doing some things to strengthen our neighborhoods through grant programs for events, partnering with property owners with regard to sidewalks and curbs, and certainly being in a position to improve some of our streets in the city. We've been working to keep our downtown area vibrant, to be open to new businesses that are appropriate for the character of our city. As we've been working, we've received recognition that this is a great place to live and a great place to raise a family. Thank you for being here. We do have our challenges with regard to maintaining and preserving our infrastructure that's here in the city, as well as continuing to support our first responders, our police, and our fire and rescue. And as we look at going forward, we also have a lot of things that have been going well with regard to employment. Just in South Metro, Littleton, between Windermere and Broadway, there's been an increase of over 5,000 in employment. With this, I'd like to thank all of our volunteers, whether we're talking about our boards and commissions, Snow Squad, Garden Gang, those folks that volunteer in our parks and in our schools and with our service organizations. Thank you so much. And thank you especially to those police and fire and rescue that are our first responders. I ask for your vote this fall. It's going to be the first name on the ballot for council member for District 3. Vote Phil Cernanek. Thank you.
My name's Carol Fay. May I have your vote for City Council? How do you feel about people who consciously break the law? What do you think of people who waste money and then ask for more to cover the necessities? Would you trust a person like that with your well-being and your money? That's what we're doing with City Council. As a City Council member, I will obey the law and be careful with spending money. A clear example of law breaking in Littleton is the very existence of a huge new apartment building on Littleton Boulevard, across the street from the old courthouse. Zoning law is law. Yet council decided to allow that building even though it had multiple zoning and code violations. And those violations will affect the health and safety of all of us for years to come. Many people went to council and asked, please do something about these violations. Council's only response was to seriously and permanently reduce the amount of time that citizens can participate in their own city government. And this stands today. On the topic of money, City Council has said that they need almost $2 million additional dollars to fix the streets. What happened to the money that might have been used to fix the streets? Well, one thing they wasted it on was a few small wayfaring signs in downtown Littleton. And the funny thing is, those signs turned out to be illegal. As a City Council member, I will obey the law. I will make sure that the law is obeyed, and I will be very careful spending your money. May I please have your vote?
Hello, my name is Stephen Thoyer-Esses. I've come to you today to get your vote. I've been in the city of Littleton since 1984. Married my wife of 36 years. Lived in the neighborhood of District 3 for over all that time. I am a graduate of CSU. Came out here in 1971 for change of my environment back in Brooklyn, New York. I'm a specialist in environmental health. I come to you looking for your vote today. I have 2 sons, both married, both live out of town, both graduated from Heritage High School, went to all the Littleton schools. I'm here to help change the city government, make different responsive moves, be physically conservative, and watch out for the people of my district. People know me as coach in the neighborhood. I come to seeking your vote, helping to make significant changes in the city of Littleton.
Hello, I am Kyle Schlachter, and I am a candidate for one of the 2 at-large seats on City Council. Like you, I love Littleton. I chose to live in Littleton because it's a great city. I have lived in Littleton for 9 years, the last 6 in the Stern Park neighborhood near downtown. Like most cities, Littleton has challenges and opportunities impacting downtown, our neighborhoods, parks, city infrastructure, and public safety. I only have a brief time to tell you about why I want to serve on Littleton City Council, so please visit my website, kyleforlittleton.com, or find me on Facebook, Kyle Schlachter for Littleton City Council, to learn more about me. I want to serve on City Council to bring a clear vision of what we as a community want Littleton to be in the future and for our children. New ideas make communities flourish. Littleton needs fresh ideas to compete for citizens and businesses in this booming metro area economy. The future of Littleton is about managing change. Change does not have to mean a loss of our values. Healthy, dynamic cities and neighborhoods are always in the process of change. Littleton residents needn't be afraid of change if it is managed properly. As a council member, the residents of Littleton will be the guiding light for my decisions. I will be your voice on council. Cities are only successful when they work for everyone and not just a vocal few. It is City Council's role to set policies for the city. Administering these policies is the role of the city manager and his staff. My final pledge as a candidate for City Council is to treat all city employees with the respect they deserve and provide the support they need as valued community members and as human beings. Our city employees are Littleton's real competitive advantage. We have some of the best public servants you'll ever find. Thank you for your time and consideration, and I would appreciate you to vote Kyle for Littleton in the November election. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Karina Elrod, your at-large candidate for Littleton City Council. 18 years ago, my husband and I moved to Littleton. We discovered Littleton, a hidden gem. We live here today with our 12-year-old daughter and 5th grade son. The secret is out. Littleton is a great place. It offers a wonderful quality of life for all that want to call it home or businesses that want to start here. There's a lot of interest in Littleton. That's a good thing. But we need to be proactive and thoughtful and be prepared for those decisions and opportunities that come before us in order to ensure that it adds to that quality of life that we expect and treasure here in Littleton. These decisions can only be made with a strong vision and a pragmatic reality of what it takes to make that happen. We have been short-sighted in our decision-making, and great places don't happen by just being reactive. City Council and Littleton needs a leader that can bring workable solutions to the table, not just identify the problems. My professional background in international business as a strategic planner and marketing professional. I'm also a certified public accountant and have served on your planning commission as chair. I understand the complex decisions our city council must make. We must remain a strong, financially sound city in order to protect and maintain this authentic sense of place and this charm that is Littleton. It is a rarity in our region. As those who love and care for Littleton as I do, please join me in helping to direct what the future will hold for us. The time is now to plan for that future. I would be honored to serve as your at-large candidate. Please remember Karina Elrod this November. Thank you.
Littleton is a great place to live and raise a family. It's safe, has great schools, and lots of parks, open space, and trails. Littleton has a robust business environment, a healthy mix of housing types, and the city's finances are in good order. It didn't get to be this way by accident. It took careful management and leadership to grow Littleton into the great city that it is today. And it will take careful management and leadership to keep Littleton as a place where we want to live, raise our families, and retire. This means embracing change that benefits the city and moves us forward while preserving our quality of life. But it also means rejecting development, programs, and changes that destroy our quality of life, ruin our finances, or threaten our security and safety. Most importantly, it means having the wisdom and the experience to know the difference. I take my job and my responsibilities very seriously. Those of you that watch the council meetings know that I read the material, research the issues, and come to the meetings well prepared. I understand that all of our revenue ultimately comes from your wallet, which is why I carefully monitor our expenses to make sure that we maximize every one of your tax dollars that we spend. Most importantly, I understand that my job is to represent you, that you elect me as your representative. Therefore, my job is to guard your money, protect your quality of life, and vote your interests. I'm honored to have been elected by you to the Littleton City Council 4 times over the last 20-some years, and to have been elected mayor twice by the other council members. I hope that you'll honor me with your vote again this election. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Carol Brezak, and I'm running for City Council at large. I have less than 2 minutes to tell you why I'm running, so I'm going to focus in on what's most important to me. Littleton has grown and changed since I moved here in 1963, but it still retains a lot of the charm and character that I remember as a young girl. Today, Littleton's future is very different. We have very little vacant land left to develop, so our future is about redeveloping existing properties in established neighborhoods. And one only has to look at the huge apartment complex, The Grove, to be troubled and know that the threat is real. It dwarfs the small historic railroad cottages on Bemis Street, and it looms over our historic downtown. It's out of place and out of character. Littleton is unique. We don't have to follow in the path of Denver or any of the other communities along the light rail line that keep packing more and more people into their neighborhoods only to suffer from the increase in traffic, crime, and a lack of parking. Our destiny is in our hands. The question is not should we redevelop, we know we will. The question is, should redevelopment redefine Littleton? Bigger is not always better. The people you vote for in this election will determine the destiny of Littleton. Will we be a city of high-density apartments, or will we protect all that we love about Littleton? I am fiercely independent, and I am running to maintain the quality of life that exists just because Littleton is so special. We can't lose it. Littleton is worth protecting. Our quality of life is worth protecting. And I pledge to you from the bottom of my heart, that's what I will do if elected. If you'd like to know more about me, please go to carolforcouncil.com. Thank you.
Tabor, also known as the Taxpayers' Bill of Rights, is an amendment that was added to the Colorado Constitution in 1992. It establishes a revenue limit for local government spending. That means that any extra money brought in by local government in Colorado cannot be used without approval from voters. In 2016, Littleton revenues exceeded the Tabor limit by more than $1.9 million. And because of that, Littleton City Council has referred 2 questions to voters for the November 7th election. Question number 1 asks voters in Littleton to allow the city to keep the excess Tabor revenue to be used for infrastructure needs. That would include pavement improvements on residential streets, as well as intersection safety upgrades at Bowles Avenue and Federal Boulevard. If this question is not approved, then the excess revenue will be refunded to taxpayers. So, question number 2, it's all about adjusting the base used for calculating the Tabor limit. If approved, the new base would increase to reflect the city's 2016 Tabor revenue. The last time this base was adjusted was in 2007. If it is not approved, then there will likely be excess revenues in the future that will require another vote to be used to provide city services. Since 1994, Littleton voters have approved Tabor questions 5 times, allowing the city to spend excess money. In the past, excess revenues have been used for things like safety improvements to Santa Fe, parks and recreation projects, street improvements, and upgrades to Littleton fire stations. For more information on the city's current infrastructure needs, visit www.littletongov.org/publicworks, or for more information about Tabor, including ballot language, visit www.littletongov.org/Tabor.